Arborcrest Reserve in Hinckley is my second favorite neighborhood in Hinckley. Why is it my second? It's second to my favorite neighborhood, which is the neighborhood I live in. But let's go ahead and take a tour of Arborcrest Reserve. Hi, I'm Renee Velasquez, and if this is your first time to this channel and you want to learn about everything there is to know about living in Cleveland, Ohio, be sure to tap that like button, hit the subscribe, and click that little bell so that you're notified every time we release a new video. Arborcrest Reserve is a 43-home neighborhood. These are luxury, custom-built homes. They were built ranch style, Cape Cod style, and colonial style. In fact, the deed restrictions stated that any ranch home had to be at least 2,500 square feet and any two-story home had to be at least 2,800 square feet. So a lot of the homes in this neighborhood have great square footage. In fact, they're very estate style homes. And because they were custom built homes, the original owners built them to suit their needs. So that makes for a lot of different character and charm and really intricate spaces. Most of the homes in this neighborhood are going to be between 3 and 6 bedroom homes. Yes, between 3 and 6 bedrooms. And the bathrooms are about 2.5 baths on up to 6 bathrooms in these homes. Now, the interesting thing about this particular neighborhood that isn't as common in the rest of Hinckley is that these homes have city water and private septic systems. So many of the homes in Hinckley are on wells and septic systems. This particular neighborhood has city water ran through it. So you're not dependent on the independent wells, but you do have independent septic systems that will need regular maintenance. So it's not tied into the city sewer system. The subdivision is a 3-street subdivision. So we have Arborcrest, which is the main drag, the main entrance. And then you have 2 other streets, that's Angela Vista and Sandy Creek. Now, these homes will have beautiful 2-story foyers. Some of them have beautiful 2-story great rooms, so it just gives that nice, big, open, airy feeling. They have chef's kitchens with very large islands, top-of-the-line appliances, walk-in pantries. Many of the homes have first-floor owner suites and or second-floor owner suites with very large glamour baths, almost spa-like bathrooms. So you're gonna have large walk-in showers, large fast soaking tubs. Most of the homes were built anywhere between 2005 and 2019. So that might kind of dictate what you're gonna find in the bathrooms. But the thing I love about these bathrooms is most of them have separate sink and vanity areas. In my opinion, the key to a good marriage is you have separate sinks and vanities for all of your stuff. You're gonna have large walk-in closets, and most of your owner suites are gonna have large sitting rooms as well. So very large square footage for the owner suites. The bedrooms also have great square footage. So you're not gonna find a whole lot of tiny rooms in these homes. Most of the bedrooms are gonna be of a significant size. The other thing about these homes is most of them are gonna have finished basements, some of them having coveted walkout basements. We love our walkout basements. But for the most part, many of the homes in this area are going to have finished basements. And these finished basements will have wine cellars. They'll have home gyms. They'll have theater rooms, large recreational spaces where you have your pool tables, foosball tables, really well appointed basements that just increase the overall living square footage. Now, Where are you going to spend time in your outdoor space? I'm glad you asked. There's so many different types of outdoor spaces in these homes, very custom designed. So we have very large and open decks, sometimes two-tiered decks. They'll have paver patios, stamped concrete patios. They have enclosed porches, some covered porches. They do allow for in-ground pools. Some of the lots will actually have ponds on them. So really great outdoor spaces. Some of them will have large fireplaces or fire pit areas. So if you just want to sit by the fire and enjoy your yard, it's possible in this particular neighborhood. They're known for their 3 to 4 car side load garages. So the deed restrictions dictated that they were side load, and they're all 3 to 4 car garage. And then you may even have some homes that have separate detached garages as well, just adding to that garage space for all of your vehicles and all of your toys. Again, most of the lots are 2+ acre lots, so there's a lot of space in between the homes. This is not a sidewalk neighborhood, so you're not going to have sidewalks and street lights. It's just the 3 streets, but because there's only one point of entry and one point of egress, you're not going to get a whole lot of through traffic, right? The people that are driving through this neighborhood probably live in this neighborhood. So you will often find people pushing strollers just up and down the street or going for bike rides with their kids because there's not a whole lot of traffic in this neighborhood. Now, one of my favorite things about Arborcrest and why I was so drawn to it when I was looking for a home is at the end of the cul-de-sac on Arborcrest, there was these really cool wood carvings, like carvings of bears and wolves, these animal carvings into wood, which was just super cool. It just added to this character of this neighborhood. So cool, just run through these 3 cul-de-sacs, and at the end of the 3rd cul-de-sac on the main run, there's a super cool wood carvings at the end. So I would take my kids and we'd drive through and they just thought it was super cool. And I mean, just the setting, there's very mature trees behind some of these homes on the cul-de-sac. So you have some very open lots, and then you have some more privatized lots for individuals that don't really need those large areas for play. They kind of like their privacy, so they back up to woods. So just a lot of different options, even though this is only a 43 home development. So not a whole lot of transition. Most of the people that move into this development stay for years. So the availability to get into the development may be difficult, but when they come available, people want to jump on these homes because they're so custom built. They have great finishes. You're gonna have quartz countertops. Now, some of those earlier built homes, the 2005, may start to need some renovations right now, but some of them have already gone through some renovations. So some of the homes that were built in 2005 have already been completely renovated in 2021, which gives you all of those current finishes, the gorgeous quartz countertops. You may even find those brushed gold handles and things on the kitchen cabinets, things that are just a little bit more modern. I've even seen the occasional putting green in the backyard of some of these home sites. Now, where are you going to shop when you move to Arborcrest in Hinckley? So the highway is only 4 minutes away from this neighborhood, which is great. Just 4 minutes to drive to jump on the highway, and you're not driving through town to get to it. In fact, it's a very, very easy drive. There's a gas station right there on the corner, so you always have a place to gas up, but 4 minutes to the highway and you can get to downtown Cleveland. You're only about 15 minutes from Cleveland Hopkins Airport. So those of you that travel a lot or maybe even travel for work purposes, very, very convenient to get to the airport. And then shopping is really, really close nearby. So you can head west, only about 7 to 8 minutes and you're right in the heart of Brunswick. You're gonna find all your grocery stores that you're gonna get your groceries from. There's a Home Depot there, so any home improvement things that you may have needs for, shopping's right there. Not a whole lot of clothes shopping in Brunswick, so it's gonna be more of your staples and your needs. But you're very, very close to other shopping, meaning you can just jump on the highway in 4 minutes and you can head north into Strongsville. They have the Strongsville Mall there and a bunch of different shops. You've got your Targets and your Home Goods, your TJ Maxx. Again, you have the mall, you have a DSW for shoes, all kinds of shopping and dining in Strongsville. And then if you hop on the highway and you just head south into Medina, you've got the charming Medina Square, which is great for shopping for your small like mom and pop shops. And then just down from there in Medina, you've got, you know, your Kohl's and your Walmarts, and you have Marshall's and all of that type of shopping there as well. So not, Brunswick doesn't have a whole lot of clothes shopping, things like that, but you just head north to Strongsville or south to Medina and you'll find all those shopping. So you're not really in the hubbub of it all when you live in this Arborcrest community, but you're very, very close to it when you need to be. So where are you gonna eat? If you're anything like me and you love your Mexican food, you have a great deal of options. So just down the street from Arborcrest, you're going to have your Mucho Buenos. This is kind of a more quaint, like pop in. They've got a little bit of dining out front. So in the summer months, they've got like a little tiny patio out front. It's kind of in a plaza, but very, very quick turnover for food. It's like one of those places where you can go sit down, order, and in 5 minutes, you've got a hot plate of food in front of you. And the food's really quite good. So that's Mucho Buenos Mexican. Just down the street from there is El Taco Loco. This is one of the newer Mexican restaurants in Brunswick. In fact, it was founded by one of our favorite servers at another Mexican restaurant I will tell you about. But one of our favorite servers decided to open up his own location, and El Taco Loco was born. So great Mexican food there. Highly encourage you to take a visit and visit Lalo, our favorite server, who is also the owner of that restaurant. And then where it all started, and it's kind of like the Times Square of Brunswick. All of these places are in Brunswick. It's called Cozumel. It's right on the Pearl Road, kind of on the northwest side of Brunswick. So it's a little bit, it's the furthest one away from the Arborcrest neighborhood, but really great Mexican food. And again, I call it the Times Square of Brunswick because if you sit in Cozumel long enough, you will run into just about everyone you know will dine there at some point. So great little spot, and they're just going through some renovations. They just renovated their outdoor patio space, which is fantastic. So I cannot wait to utilize that this summer. And then they're also renovating their interior space as well. So that's going through a whole makeover and a great place to grab some Mexican food. If Mexican is still on your mind and you want to have a little bit more fine dining kind of feel, but with that Mexican vibe, they just opened Monarco Cantina in Medina. It's right on the square, and Medina Square is such a beautiful little quaint location. There's a gazebo in the center, and down the 4 streets on this square, they've got these great little shops, and one of the great places to stop in and get a bite is Monarco Cantina for your Mexican vibes. Highly recommend getting some awesome margaritas there. So that's where you're gonna dine. Now, if you don't like Mexican food, you can pretty much head north to Strongsville and hit every type of restaurant you can think of. You're gonna have Italian, you're gonna have steakhouses, barbecue, chicken places, all just maybe 10 minutes away from Arborcrest. Or again, if you head south into Medina, you're gonna have some chain restaurants and things like that too. So if Mexican's not your vibe, have no fear. There's plenty of places to grab some great food and great different types of food. So always have great options for that. You're very, very close to medical facilities from Arborcrest. In fact, there is a Cleveland Clinic Center right in the center of Brunswick, which is only going to be about 10 minutes from the neighborhood. Or again, you can jump on the highway in just 4 minutes and then head down the highway about 10 minutes north, and you can go to the Cleveland Clinic Strongsville campus. We also have a Medina campus just south, or you can head on the highway and get to the main campus downtown for medical facilities in about 30 to 35 minutes. And if you're headed downtown, You can take advantage of all the things that downtown Cleveland has to offer as well, which makes the Arborcrest neighborhood in Hinckley a fantastic spot for a little bit more of a rural setting. You're gonna be on about 2 acres of land. There's only 43 houses in that community, so it feels kind of rural, but you are close to everything you could possibly need. So Arborcrest, great place to live. We receive several calls a day from people just like you moving to the Cleveland area that want to work with our team. If this is you, we'd love to be the real estate team you choose. Our contact information is in the description down below.